Have you heard of MrBeast? He's not just a YouTuber, he's like a real-life Santa Claus with a camera crew. Instead of toys, he gives away cars, islands, and mountains of cash. He once filled a friend's backyard with $1 million just because. He even recreated Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. But one challenge almost went completely wrong. This isn't just about giving away stuff, it's about a day that spun out of control. MrBeast, or Jimmy Donaldson, wanted to change someone's life forever. He thought, what's the biggest thing I can give? A home. A home means safety, a new start. So, he came up with a simple, powerful idea. Sell a house for $1. It was supposed to be a heartwarming story, but it turned into chaos. MrBeast always goes bigger. If he gives away one car, next time it's 10. This need to outdo himself led to the $1 house. But with bigger ideas come bigger problems. The $1 house challenge would test him, his team, and the whole neighborhood. The plan was simple. A house, a key, and a price tag of $1. What he didn't expect was the overwhelming power of hope. He underestimated how many people needed that chance. The story of the $1 house is a lesson in generosity, chaos, and what happens when a plan falls apart. It's pretty incredible, folks. Let's dive in. How does someone even think of selling a house for $1? It started with a late-night brainstorming session. MrBeast and his team, Chandler, Chris, Carl, wanted to do something with lasting impact. They'd given away money, cars, even islands, but a home? That's life-changing. Jimmy stood up and said, "We're going to buy a house and sell it for $1. At first everyone laughed. It sounded impossible. But MrBeast was serious. No crazy stunts, just a simple, life-changing gift. The goal, find a deserving person or family and hand them the keys to a new life. The video would show the struggle many face just to have a place to call home. MrBeast wanted to inspire his millions of fans to be more generous. The $1 house became a symbol of hope. The team found a perfect 3-bedroom house in North Carolina. They fixed it up, furnished it, and set a date. They made a simple announcement online, thinking they had everything under control. But they had no idea what was coming. The plan was about to teach them a huge lesson. Sometimes, generosity attracts more than just gratitude. It attracts a tidal wave of hope. And that's exactly what happened. The stage was set for something unforgettable, but the real story was just beginning. They were about to be overwhelmed, and the world was about to watch. Here's what happened next. The plan was simple. Announce the event, post a picture of the house, and say, "We're selling this house for $1. First come, first serve." They expected a few hundred people, maybe 1,000. They set up a table, hired security, and had legal paperwork ready. The idea was to have the first person to the door with $1 get the house. It was supposed to be a smooth, picture-perfect moment. But when MrBeast posts, the world listens, and the world shows up. The announcement went viral, spreading across social media and news outlets. Suddenly, people from all over the country were making plans to be there. The simple plan was about to meet a very complicated reality. The team realized they might be in over their heads. The internet's power was about to turn a small event into a massive spectacle. What started as a simple giveaway was about to become a logistical nightmare. The world was coming for a shot at the American dream for just $1. The team braced for impact. They had no idea how big this would get. The countdown to chaos had begun. The next morning would change everything, and nothing could have prepared them for what was coming. The $1 house was about to make history, and not in the way they expected. Here's how it all unfolded. The day arrived in Greenville, North Carolina. The MrBeast crew expected a small crowd. Instead, they found thousands. Lines snaked for miles. People camped out overnight, clutching dollar bills, desperate for a chance. The energy was electric, but tense. Only one house, thousands of hopefuls. Police arrived, overwhelmed by the crowd. This was no longer a YouTube stunt, it was a public safety issue. The event was on the verge of being shut down. MrBeast's dream was turning into a logistical nightmare. He huddled with his team, cameras rolling, panic on his face. Canceling would disappoint thousands. Going forward was impossible. How could they pick just one person safely and fairly? The original plan was out the window. MrBeast had to improvise, fast. The crowd waited, anxious for a solution. The police gave him minutes to act. The pressure was immense. His reputation, and the safety of everyone, was on the line. He needed a new plan, right there on the spot. The next move would define the day, and it would change everything. The world was watching. MrBeast took a deep breath. He was about to make the biggest decision of his career. The next words out of his mouth would become YouTube legend. Here's what he did. The crowd was restless, rumors flying, police pressing for action. MrBeast knew picking the first in line wasn't fair anymore. He grabbed a megaphone, climbed onto a car, and addressed the crowd. "Thank you all for coming. This is way more than we expected." The tension was thick. Everyone waited for a miracle. He looked at his team, an idea forming. He couldn't let people leave empty-handed. He had to turn chaos into something positive. That's when he made a decision that would save the day and cost him a fortune. The rules were about to change. MrBeast announced, "Instead of one house, we're giving away 5 houses today." The crowd erupted. Shock, joy, disbelief. His team had been calling real estate agents, finding more houses on the fly. The new plan, a random drawing. Everyone would write their name and number, drop it in a bucket, and 5 names would be drawn. The first winner would get the original house, the other 4 would get new homes, fully paid for. Some would even be fully furnished. The mood shifted from chaos to excitement. Police were relieved, the crowd was hopeful again. MrBeast's team moved through the crowd, collecting names. It became a massive impromptu lottery for the American dream. This wasn't just about a house anymore. It was about MrBeast's character. Faced with disaster, he doubled down on generosity. He turned a potential failure into one of the most legendary acts of kindness on the internet. The event became about more than a giveaway. It was about heart. The world watched as generosity triumphed over chaos. MrBeast's solution was bold, spontaneous, and unforgettable. The drawing was about to begin. Lives were about to change. The buckets were full, the street silent. MrBeast drew the first name, Sarah Jenkins. From the crowd, a single mom with 2 kids burst into tears. She'd driven 2 hours, hoping for a miracle. She worked 2 jobs, lived in a cramped apartment, and never expected to win. Guided to the front, she hugged MrBeast, sobbing with relief. He handed her the giant dollar bill. She gave him a real dollar. Her kids clung to her, wide-eyed. In an instant, her biggest worry, housing, was gone. She could finally breathe, maybe even quit one job. This wasn't just a house, it was a new beginning. For Sarah, it meant freedom, security, and a future for her kids. The crowd cheered, sharing in her joy. The moment was pure, emotional, unforgettable. MrBeast's generosity had changed a life forever. And there were still 4 more names to draw. Each one would reveal another story of hope. The day was far from over, the impact was just beginning. 4 more names were drawn, each winner with a story of struggle and hope. An elderly couple who lost their home in a fire, a young teacher drowning in student debt. Marcus, who'd been living in his car, now had a furnished home. Each winner broke down in tears, overwhelmed by the gift. The crowd cheered for them, sharing in the happiness. No one left empty-handed. MrBeast handed out cash to thank people for coming. The event was chaotic, improvised, but deeply genuine. The winners weren't just props, they were real people. Lives changed forever. The video captured raw emotion, not just spectacle. It was a day of kindness multiplied by 5. The crowd left inspired, not disappointed. MrBeast's brand of philanthropy had never felt more real. The impact would last far beyond the video. It was a day no one would forget. When the video went live, it exploded. Millions of views in hours. It was the #1 trending video, sparking conversations everywhere. People were amazed by the chaos, moved by the winners, inspired by MrBeast's solution. The comments overflowed with praise. The video did more than entertain. It made people think about generosity and the housing crisis. MrBeast proved a YouTuber could be a force for good. The winners' lives changed. Sarah quit her second job. Marcus rebuilt his life. The houses were more than prizes, they were lifelines. The $1 house challenge became iconic. It showed that even when things go wrong, kindness can turn disaster into triumph. MrBeast's legacy as a philanthropist was cemented. The story proved kindness is the most powerful currency, and everyone wondered, what will he do next? Whatever it is, the world will be watching.